Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Lorian, I'm a mum of 5 and this video I'm going to be sharing with you our dinners of the week. Our first dinner I made a beef stew with dumplings. Slow cooked meals are always just the easiest meals to do, aren't they? I just pop all the beef in the slow cooker with some stock, some Worcester sauce, just things like that really, and I put potatoes because then it's just all done in one. You don't have to cook any potatoes afterwards, it's just all done in one big dish. And I also add some dumplings in, probably about half an hour towards the end. Everybody in my family just really loves dumplings. I also added some red wine to it. I always think that sort of gives things like that a really nice sort of like rich taste. That was our dinner for that day. So Curtis has been working in his workshop, which is at home, which means that we are together in the day sometimes for a little bit. So we have some breakfast together occasionally, sometimes we have lunch together, just depends what we've got and whether we're hungry or not. We had some sourdough bread left over from the weekend. I grilled it because we no longer have a toaster, and put some avocado on top, and then I cooked some bacon and some cherry tomatoes, which we now cook in balsamic ever since we had our HelloFresh dishes, which makes them really delicious. And then you just squish it in and it just tastes so nice. So we had that as a little breakfast for ourselves once we're done at the school run together, and then Curtis gets down to work and I get on with looking after the children. I also cooked some mushrooms. I love mushrooms cooked up in some butter. I just think they're really nice. So I hope you've all had a really lovely weekend. What have you all been up to? Has anyone done anything really fun and interesting? We don't have very many plans this weekend. Rue has broken up from nursery now for the half term, which is 2 weeks. I think he's got 3 weeks though. Boys have got 1 week left and then they will be off for 2 weeks. So this dinner was some beef burgers and chips. I'm not a massive fan of burgers, I've said before, but Curtis and Cosmo really love them. So we had some beef burgers with some cheese. One was a cheesy bun and one was a brioche bun, some lettuce, and then I made some chips. I always find it's just so much easier just to make chips yourself than to buy the frozen ones. I don't like the frozen ones. I don't think they taste very nice at all. So I just chop up some potatoes and pop them in the oven with some salt and some oil, and yeah, they're just always really nice. I like chips like that. For this dinner I had a couple of meal kits which were spicy jerk chicken, and then you get some rice and peas with it. I don't really like microwavable rice, but I got the kits for a really good price, so we thought we'd try them and it was actually really nice. Yeah, so it's just a spicy chicken really, which yeah, was really nice. We seasoned the chicken and just fried it and had some rice with it. Didn't actually put any vegetables with it. Usually I would. And I'm pretty sure this was one day over the weekend. So we made some burritos and we used like a spicy chili sauce. So we didn't know whether it was too spicy for the youngest two, Root and Flossie. Well, the youngest two that eat dinners with us because Lilac is too small. So Curtis made them some bacon and cheese wraps because that would just go down so much better with them, and it did. So Root and Flossie had some bacon and cheese wraps with some ketchup and some mayonnaise. We had some burritos basically. The only wraps we could find in the shop were wholemeal, which was a bit of a shame because I love wholemeal bread, but like in a wrap I would prefer a white wrap. I think it just tastes nicer in wrap. But yeah, all there was wholemeal, so we had that. With Cosmo and Horatio, so we had the rice and bean kit from the other packet that we had from the dinner we had yesterday. There was another packet of the rice, so we used that in it. And yeah, we just sort of cooked up some burritos. Well, Curtis did, and he always does really well with that sort of thing. And yeah, that was a really nice dinner. We feel like we're having wraps all the time recently. We're just having a bit too much of wraps at the moment, so we need to sort of like change up our dinners a little bit. But it gets hard, doesn't it, when like you're just trying to think of dinners every day. I find it quite like difficult to think of different things. I just sort of buy my meats and then just wing it every day and sort of like come up with something on the spot. I love spicy things, so I do have like normally I have sweet chili sauce, jalapenos, green chilies. I just love anything spicy. This dinner was creamy white chicken, which was a sachet mix, and we put some onions in it, and I think they're called cannellini beans, I think in America they're called white beans. And then we had some broccoli and some rice. We have had quite a lot of chicken at the moment. We didn't used to. Chicken was sort of thing that we hadn't really had very much because we're trying to buy like more organic meats, and it's quite expensive, but for our farm shop where we get it, it's quite a good price. So we've been having more chicken than we would normally have, which has been really nice. It's like quite different to have it now. And another morning, me and Curtis had some breakfast again. I was just really hungry, so I made some avocado and bacon on toast, which again, I did my cherry tomatoes in balsamic. Always my favourite thing, and I love wholemeal seeded bread. I think it's just so nice. So yeah, that was our breakfast that day. And then we popped to Sainsbury's after school. We needed to get something. Maybe it was nappies. We needed something anyway. So we popped to Sainsbury's and I saw their huge pizzas were £1.49 from like £6. I thought that's just going to be like such an easy dinner to do today. So I picked up a couple of pizzas, a vegetable one and a meaty one. Children love pizza, so you just can't go wrong with it. And if I ever see like reduced bits like that, I'll get it just for a nice and easy dinner because you're not like wasting money buying more, because anything you were going to do, you now will do another day. So you're sort of like saving yourself a dinner. And then me and Curtis had some baked potatoes in the evening. I like pizza, but I wouldn't like choose it. So I said to Curtis I was going to have a baked potato later on. So he had baked potato with me. And yeah, we had baked potato. We had some chicken because we bought some chicken actually reduced from the hot counter in Sainsbury's. So we had chicken. I had Caesar sauce, cheese, anything spicy. And Curtis made a salad which was really nice. He used kale, which we've never done before. But he chopped up kale, shallots, put some lemon, olive oil, tomato, mushroom. It was really nice, like a really good salad. I'll probably do that in future rather than actually use lettuce. So that is everything for my Meals of the Week video, everybody. I really hope you've enjoyed it and it's given you some inspiration for some dinners to do. I hope you've all had a really lovely weekend, and hopefully I will see you on my next video on Tuesday, which will be my food shop, which I think is going to be at AVOCADO. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching and have a lovely week next week as well.